When the aircraft was coming on 22nd May at 6:30 in the morning, it was to it was to touch down at around a half of the before the half of the distance, but it was going, it was moving further, not touching. Fire people who were there in the crash fire on the fire station, they saw the aircraft not touching down, and they started moving with the aircraft, went behind, and the aircraft went. It is not at all touching, but it is trying to once again take off, which was not at all possible in the circumstances which was prevailing in Mangalore airport, because it has already crossed half of the distance. And then there is a sand arrester which is not allowing the aircraft to take off. It will only arrest the aircraft and it will catch on the aircraft onto the ground, but the aircraft is trying to take off, and it tried. It went and hit the localizer, which was in front of the end of the runway, and it hit, and then its wing broke down. And some 8 people came out of it, and another portion of the aircraft went below, and the fire station people who extinguished the fire on the first portion, on the right portion, they had to go below and see that the aircraft, the fire is extinguished. At the same time, it took more than 3 to 5 minutes, and the rescue time is hardly 3 to 4 minutes for any aircraft to have the survivors on board. This has happened on that day, 22nd May, when it was. It should have made its land finally completely to the satisfaction, but it met with an accident. People were really not at all knowing what to do, because it was an unexpected thing which is happening in an airport, which is a small airport, but people, we have given all the facilities there, and they have to call all the people from city. City Fire Brigade came, MRPL people came, MCF Fire Station people came. They were all called. But by the time it has come, the aircrafts will not have survivors more than beyond 3 to 7 minutes. Aircraft is nothing but a gas station. It will burn entire whatever is there inside because of the decompressed state. The aircraft will simply burn away. That has happened, and there was nobody who could be saved on that day. People were taken to the hospitals, ambulance came, fire people came, all other people from the district administration came. It is, the people who were there, 158 people, they were killed in that accident. And after that, it is all crying and hospital, taking the people to the hospital, ambulances coming, and that's all. Then you can do nothing. We have contingency plans, we have everything on stage, but it is not possible to save all the people who have met with the accident at that point of time. This is going to be the case in any aircraft accident, wherever it is there, wherever it happens. It is only the luck, because it opened or something has happened. Somewhere aircraft fire accident, people might have survived. But here, it doesn't give you any opportunity if it is going to be, if at all we are not having the fire people or some rescuing equipments, etc., coming in time and then extinguishing the fire. It doesn't happen in an aircraft accident. The accidents have happened everywhere, even in Chennai, even in Mumbai, even in Delhi. Some international airports, they have had these type of accidents more than twice or thrice. These accidents occur. These accidents, once they occur, there will be an aircraft accident investigation conducted by the DGCA, and even ICAO will also take note of it. IATA comes into picture, International Air Transport Association, International Civil Aviation Organization, Director General of Civil Aviation. They have these type of agencies. They carry out the investigation, and after that they send the reports to all the airport, all the airlines, all the pilots and other manpower training institutions, so that they can take further course so that this will not recur. But at the same time, whatever you do for man-made error, human error, there is no substitute. On the day when, on 22nd May, when the aircraft has landed, which should have done landing before the end of the runway, that day it has already crossed half of the length of the runway. And the pilot was in a sleeping mode. Pilot was not at all given enough timing. He was on a vacation, and he was sent on an 8 hours flying to Dubai, to the Gulf destination, and he had to come back on the same night. These type of things, DGCA has taken very severe, strict note, and so now these things are being taken proper care. People who have died in this aircraft accident have been given compensation. Compensation is not going to be the answer for all the problems which have occurred for the people who are associated with the accident. But at the same time, compensation has been ordered and that has been paid. And then runway has been, whatever the distance marker should have been provided has been provided. And thereafter, the length of the runway for landing distance, whatever is there, that was reduced so that safe landing could be continued, could be completed within the stipulated distance, and thereafter, whatever the action has to be taken, that has been now seen to it that the localizer and other things, whatever has to be done, and leveling the ground in front of the localizer, all these actions were taken after that as per the DGCA instructions on this matter. And facilities at the airport are in no way of any substandard compared to any other airport in the world. There is no problem at all. Mangalore Airport really served the victims or victims' family, whatever is possible at their command, they did it to their maximum.